we watch a lot of good horror movies. We reviewed a ton of good horror movies right here. We also watch a lot of shit, right? But when you're watching Dear God No, if you so choose to watch Dear God No, you have to take into consideration what it is.
It is very much the definition of exploitation grindhouse film. In the wacky story, which I don't even understand fully.
No.
The poor writing and what feels like forced bad acting,
like actively trying to be
like
bad.
Director, cut that shit was good, deliver that shit a lot flatter.
But there's one dude that seems to really be in the zone, and that's the main biker guy. He really seems like he's in the spot that he needs to be in for this role. The rest of them, not so great. But that being said, if you are aiming to make a 60s or 70s grindhouse movie, God damn it. I mean, I feel like we've done it, right?
Probably the most miserable I've ever been watching a film. I did keep in mind, though, in the back of my head, I kept thinking, there is a market for this. A small niche of people that love the authentic feeling grindhouse films.
So the story follows this motorcycle gang. At the beginning of the movie, they seem to wake up in a drive-in theater. They're just doing fucking gross things. We got this old doctor guy who may or may not be creating Bigfoot, who may or may not have something else in his basement altogether that ties into all of this in some way. He may or may not be a Nazi scientist. But what the movie is really about are these bikers just trying to find a rich guy to rob. They find the doctor's house because in this shitty little town, he's the richest guy there. And the movie just sort of focuses around the biker gang traumatizing and torturing the doctor and his daughter. I think a good 14 minutes of the film is just filler, I guess, for lack of a better term, like the entrance, or just dudes running around on motorcycles for like 7 minutes. And then the next scene is like just a close-up of some naked chick's boobs.
I like boobs as much as the next individual. You know, sometimes maybe even more, but fuck, there's only so much I care to see at this moment.
I love boobs.
Right.
I really do, but I can't do this anymore. And it goes on for so long, I think both of us are kind of leaning towards like a somewhat negative opinion of this one, but that's because I don't like 60s or 70s grindhouse movies anyway. If you're into it, you are probably really going to like this movie.
If you're that kind of person. For me, it was a torturous hour and 20 minutes.
Not a completely entertainmentless hour and 20 minutes. But I really did feel like I was working to get from one moment that delivered to the next moment that delivered. Now, if we look forward to Frankenstein Created Bikers, it looks like there's a lot more going on. More explosions, fucking like karate fight scenes and shit in the middle. Regardless of my thoughts on this one, like, wow, this one may not have been for me, I really want to watch the second one, man. I really want to see where this goes.
I am curious to how they're going to pull all these, like, what's the storyline to pull all these characters back? Because it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Some of the bigger problems I had with this one, to be honest, was the inefficient use of time was one of them, and production values was another one. It looks like a lot more attention to those kinds of details are being spent on Frankenstein Created Bikers.
Part of me hopes that with this sequel, we're going to have a ridiculous ending, sort of like we did with Dear God No. But then we go ahead and have a third film where they all come back anyways again.
Bikers versus Mothra. Like, let's do that. I mean, why not? There's a spot for it, and in some way, shape, or form, like, I love the idea of Dear God No. I really do. Even though they're not my thing, these kind of movies, they're not my thing. I love the idea of it. It's not done as well as it could have been. That being said, it looks like they might get it right on round 2. It's on Amazon. Go get it if you want to. If any of this, I mean, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. Like, if the weird bullshit we're saying hasn't already piqued your interest, then this just run away. But there's going to be some of you fuckers that are now very fucking curious. So
absolutely. I sure was. And, you know, we're going to leave it at that, I suppose.
That's a great place to stop.